The flood threat is slowly winding down, at least for now. We've got more rounds of rain on the way. We'll time those into where you live. Straight ahead.
Also tonight, we're sadly learning about more flooding casualties this evening in Breathitt County. We'll show you how rescuers are still working to save people tonight. And we'll show you the situation in Clay County, where entire communities have been cut off by flooding and mudslides.
With First Alert Weather, this is WKYT News.
Good evening, I'm Bill Bryant. Amber has tonight off after covering flooding today. Tonight, the Commonwealth is mourning the loss of at least 22 Kentuckians in devastating flooding. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking the threat for overnight and this weekend as our First Alert Weather Day continues.
Yeah, Bill, first time in several days we do not have a flood watch anywhere across the Bluegrass State. So that is welcome news as the periods of thunderstorms have now dropped into parts of Tennessee and heading just a little farther south into the day tomorrow. We still have flood warnings that are out for numerous counties here across eastern Kentucky, from Hazard up into Jackson, that's Perry County, into Breathitt County and toward Beattyville, Irvin. That would be along the Kentucky River that is still out of its banks, and it's going to continue to rise at Ravenna into Heidelberg as we go through the next 24 hours. Those are the only warnings that are left across the Bluegrass State, courtesy of the devastating rains of 24 to 48 hours ago, and now in most areas, I guess, 48 hours ago. Sunday through Monday, First Alert Weather Day, we're going to roll this on through tomorrow, even though tomorrow's a calm day. But we want to get the word out, continue to get the word out for the potential for more rounds of thunderstorms Sunday and Monday, and another 1, 2, or 3 inches of rain possible. Flash flooding is a good bet, especially across southern Kentucky. That cold front we have been kind of burdened with all week long. It's been stalled across the Bluegrass State, finally beginning to press toward the south, taking some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms with it. But overall, the boundary is slowing down already on the back end of this into sections of the Tennessee Valley. And what will happen with that high pressure that continues to give us some of the good weather into tomorrow and the dry weather that we desperately need, the back edge of this is slowing down, and it's going to start to head back toward the north. And in doing so, Bill, that's going to bring another round or 2 or 3 of some heavy rain-producing thunderstorms. We'll break that down with a new hour bower when I come back here in about 15 minutes.
All right, and we're left hoping for the best with that situation, that it is not as serious. Thank you, Chris. Breathitt County is one of the worst-hit communities. Families have been rescued throughout the day, but we've now learned of the losses hitting that area hard. Our Grayson Passmore is back in Breathitt County tonight. And Grayson, what have you been seeing out there this evening?
Yeah, Bill, the coroner has confirmed that 3 people have been found dead here in Breathitt County. It's devastating news, of course, but throughout the whole day today, we've seen people coming from all over to help those in Jackson. We've seen people from just neighboring cities helping people get through some of these flood waters, getting back to their homes for the first time since they had to flee yesterday. We've also seen people come from other states. We even saw one person from North Carolina leading a water rescue mission, working with locals to try to get to several people that were stranded.
You can't get to any of these addresses because what's happening is you come in, you have to go over the railroad tracks, and then you've got to walk 3 miles. Lake Branch. There is some that's 11 feet deep in water.
A crowd gathers at the end of Town Hill Road as rescuers go out.
It's our family up there.
And some come in, looking for help themselves.
Stray Branch Road and Noble Road, and all of these we've got. The problem is this won't fly over the railroad tracks, and then the roads don't come to. Or I'd hike in 2-3 miles. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. But there's no.
But as this rescuer from North Carolina quickly learns,
or I have to carry this over, and you can't carry this over nothing. Not over a road.
Some routes are now impassable.
Come in for Robson. Yeah.
Did they come at the Robson?
They said they've got water in their house, and we've got to find a way to rescue, but I can't figure it out.
People familiar with the area quickly jump in to help.
Once you get up there, there's the hill. When it floods, it washes out.
Mapping out potential routes, citing the dangers that come with these high waters.
But if you've got anything for snake bites, we got somebody down there that their dog got bit.
Before heading out to find people stranded in flooded homes.
We're going to start it right now, and we're going to get out of here and do some rescues.
Take care of yourself.
The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet will be closing Kentucky 15 at Panbull Dam to all traffic tonight. They say they will reevaluate the situation in the morning. Live in Breathitt County, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Grayson, thank you. Knott County has the highest death toll so far. The coroner says 14 bodies have been recovered, and at least 4 of them are children. Our news partners at the Herald-Leader report those 4 are the Noble siblings. This is a picture of them: Madison, Riley, Nevia, and Chance. They were washed away after floodwater hit their home. Neighbors say their parents tried to hold on to them.
There was a house there and this trailer with this family of 6, and it just washed them away.
The flood destroyed hundreds of homes just in Hindman alone and covered the entire downtown in flooding there. Family members say 73-year-old Walter Hinkle was one of the victims. We know some communities in Clay County have been cut off from first responders. Our Jeremy Toms is in Clay County with the latest.
Tyler Culver lives in the Bullskin area of Clay County. His home was fortunate to avoid the rushing water which pulled homes off foundations, washed roads away, and claimed the lives of 2 people in the area. County Judge Executive Johnny Johnson identified one of the victims, 73-year-old Walter Hinkle.
You can replace homes and vehicles, but it's hard to, you can't replace people.
Johnson says he couldn't believe the power of the water as he saw his county roads turn into creeks.
I've never seen such flood damage in one area since I've been county judge or magistrate. It's a disaster. It looks like a bomb went off down there.
Culver says the water rushed through these hills and mountains like his family's never seen before. And when it did eventually run down through these hollers, it had nowhere to go except for people's homes.
You're used to seeing it on TV and other places, and you never think it's going to come here and come home to us, but it has.
Fortunately, Johnson says all 27 people missing in the Oneida community are now accounted for. But this flooding has still dealt millions in damage to the county's infrastructure. So they're already hard at work to repair the place they call home, piece by piece.
And we're just putting things together, road to road to road.
In Clay County, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
In Perry County, families are still processing what has happened in their community. Dozens are taking shelter after neighborhoods were left unrecognizable from the flood. Many have gotten stuck in their homes and lost relatives in the flooding. Shirley Stamper says the creek near their home, called Troublesome, lived up to its name and destroyed most of their community.
The rain would get kind of light, and you'd think, oh, goody, it's going to stop, and the water's going to recede and things is going to get better. And instead of it stopping, it just start real heavy again.
Shirley says that she didn't think much of the flash flood warning at first, saying that they've had them before and nothing happened. But she adds that will never be the case again, especially for Troublesome Creek. The flooding has forced many families from their homes in other areas in Floyd County. A lot of folks are taking shelter there, some of them staying in shelters that have been set up. The Floyd County Community Center has turned into a source of comfort for many. Those who come to the community center can pick up water, snacks, new clothes, and cleaning supplies. The Red Cross is operating that shelter. They say they want to provide a sense of normalcy for families who have lost so much. President Biden says he has been in contact with Governor Beshear and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell and is offering federal support for the flood response. Governor Beshear says the president is also working to get direct FEMA assistance to families impacted by the flooding. Governor Beshear was joined by the FEMA Administrator, Deanne Criswell, to tour the damage today. She talked about the struggles that her agency is facing to bring help to the area.
We saw many homes that are still inundated, that the water has not receded. And we also saw homes, I think, that are going to have access issues for some time, just because the roads are out and bridges are out.
Earlier today, President Biden approved Governor Beshear's initial request for a disaster declaration in Kentucky that opens up federal dollars to help with the response. We're tracking some power outages across eastern Kentucky. About 19,000 customers are still without power. The majority of those outages are in Breathitt, Leslie, Knott, Letcher, and Perry counties, and a majority are Kentucky Power customers. Officials say power will likely be restored next week in some of those areas. Governor Beshear, as we said, took a tour today flying over some of the hardest hit communities in eastern Kentucky. The governor described the damage as nothing he's ever seen before. A view from his helicopter shows the widespread flooding surrounding homes, washing away roads. He says there are many areas that crews are still unable to get to. And as eastern Kentucky faces a long road to recovery, the governor is highlighting the work that Kentuckians are already doing for their neighbors.
Well, first, we're resilient people. We love each other. We care about each other. And when this happens, we open our homes and our hearts to each other. I want to thank the hundreds of people that are out there trying to bring people to safety, bringing them into state parks, feeding them, caring about them.
And with more rain in the forecast, the governor has urged people to go to a safe area until the water recedes. Our crews who have spent the day in eastern Kentucky have seen a lot of heartbreak, talking to families who have lost everything. But through the grief, we are seeing some signs of hope. During our newscast this afternoon, we watched as some good Samaritans helped a fellow Kentuckian get to safety. Amber Philpott has more on that from Breathitt County.
You know, the scenes that we have behind us that are playing out right now in so many different communities. There are homes that are still inundated with water. There are roads that are impassable. But through it all, there are so many people that have come to eastern Kentucky, people that are from other counties, people from all across the state. And we've also learned of so many that are out of the state that are coming to help these people. And what's happening right now are still those water rescues. And while our hearts are so very heavy because we know people have lost loved ones, people that they will never get back again, your heart is very heavy in that way. But what we witnessed today here in Jackson and Breathitt County, complete strangers rolling up with their boat and being able to go out and try to find a gentleman that their family couldn't find, and then being here to witness him being brought back to those loved ones and that he's okay really lifts your heart in another way. We were able to meet up with Mr. Jeff Noble once he was able to get to safety and get in a little bit of air conditioning, and we talked to him about being rescued and how thankful he was.
The police department had mentioned they were going to have something up here at Breathitt High School, and they did, and that's what kind of got things going. And pardon my voice, I've not had any coffee today.
How high is the water back there at your house?
It's pretty high. It's pretty high at this point because I live right on the river, and the river really got a couple of days ago. I know that we had some people come up over at Snowden Branch.
I didn't know Mr. Noble until today, but man, he seems like a character. And we found out that Mr. Noble is actually pretty well known around these parts. He actually used to work for our sister station, WYMT, as an on-air personality. So again, not taking away from how tragic the situation is that's playing out all across eastern Kentucky, but you have to look for those moments of happiness and joy. And we certainly found that today in just one of the many water rescues that are happening really all across this area. And for so many of us that work at Wkyt, we worked in this area. And so it's very personal to us seeing what is happening here and seeing the help that is coming to these communities. For now, that is the story here in Breathitt County. Back to you.
Amber, thank you. Through all of this, Kentuckians are standing together. Tonight, well-known businessman and Hazard native Joe Kraft and his wife, former UN Ambassador Kelly Kraft, are also pledging $1 million in matching donations. That's in partnership with the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky Crisis Fund. We have a link on WKYT.com if you want to donate. And we'll show you how Wolfe County Schools District is helping flood victims tonight in a report that's just ahead. Stay with us on WKYT News.
Blue calls tails.
See if your luck is on a roll with these exciting new scratch-off games from the Kentucky Lottery. Now at your nearest Kentucky Lottery retailer.
We're committed to Central Kentucky. Paul Miller Ford and Paul Miller Mazda don't just have the best quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs right now. We have them always. And to our previous customers, we're saying thank you by giving an additional $500 off your purchase. And with Central Kentucky's largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, over 300, you'll definitely find one that's right for you and your family. Get your $500 loyalty discount right now at Paul Miller Ford and Paul Miller Mazda.
Attention! If you were stationed or working at Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you may have been exposed to contaminated water and may have developed serious health issues as a result. A new law could make it possible for anyone who lived or worked at Camp Lejeune during that time frame to receive compensation, even if they previously filed a VA claim and were denied. We are Hughes & Coleman. We can help. We've been representing people and their families for decades. Call 800-800-4600. Call 800-800-4600 right now or go to HughesandColeman.com.
Pre-rinsing your dishes? You could be using the wrong detergent and wasting up to 20 gallons of water. Skip the rinse with Finish Quantum. Its active lift technology provides an unbeatable clean on 24-hour dried-on stains. Skip the rinse with Finish to save our water.
I've been doing this for a long time. Somebody has to stand up for victims.
Detective Stabler, my partner, Detective Benson.
The world is changing. It took a lot of courage to get up on that stand. There's no stigma in coming forward. Please help me stop him.
He's not gonna ever be able to hurt you again.
I promise you.
I'll protect you.
I'm not gonna stop until we find this guy.
Law and Order SVU, weekdays at 11 on the CW Lexington.
To the man that called Bob, stuck raising his grandkids, brothers fresh out from doing a long bid. To all the police daily walking on the beat, to the city street workers picking trash off the street. The knowledge and wisdom shared from our barbers, the artists, the teachers, the coaches, the authors, lawyers, even directors of nonprofits. We are one Lexington, it's gonna take all of us.
It takes a village, count me in.
Your nights are doing okay, right? Better than ever, actually.
Do you love him?
More than anything.
And stop running from the truth.
You're never getting rid of me. How do we just drive off into the sunset when I feel like the next thing is around the corner?
Roswell, New Mexico. New episode this Monday at 8, 7 Central, only on the CW.
Alerting you first. It's what we do. WKYT First Alert Weather.
Our WKYT First Alert Weather Day continues. However, this is more now for Sunday and Monday and no longer in the right now. That is really good news. We still have some waters that are high across the Kentucky River Basin especially. Those are where the flood warnings are currently out for into parts of Perry County, into parts of Breathitt County. You can see on our map how obviously Breathitt and Perry over into Knott, and Letcher County, we took the brunt of the heaviest rain. Flooding was disastrous everywhere down here, but in terms of just the highest rain numbers in those particular counties, better than 13 inches of rain this week, and the majority of that coming Wednesday night. Still warnings that are out across southeastern Kentucky. Let me throw the radar into the mix. We got a gusty shower or two here into Clay County, over into Laurel County. Got some stuff that is out of Kentucky, but that's really not going to do anything to us. That's coming in with a cold front that is on top of southeastern Kentucky and rolling its way toward the south and southeast. The back edge of this is starting now to check up across the Tennessee Valley. It's going to slow down tomorrow, which keeps us in a dry period, but then Sunday, Monday, that thing comes right back at us, wouldn't you know it, with rounds of thunderstorms and the possibility of flash flooding. Greatest risk is going to be across the southern half of the state. Rounds of storms Sunday through Monday and into early Tuesday. We'll watch some scattered stuff into the middle of next week, to be honest with you, but overall, the greatest potential is going to come your way on Sunday, Monday, and then maybe Monday night as that front just stalls across the Bluegrass State again. Just like what we have faced all week, your greatest potential for some high water issues will be across southern Kentucky. Now, across the southeastern corner of the state, the threshold for flooding is extremely low right now. For instance, if you get a 1 to 2 inch rainfall in northern Kentucky, not going to do a thing. I mean, it may not, it'll get the grass to growing again across northern Kentucky. Lexington, you get a 1 or 2 inch rainfall. You will get some jumps in the creeks and streams, but we should be able to handle that. We've had a lot of rain over the past week, but not so much compared to our neighbors to the southeast. So you put that same amount of rain across southeastern Kentucky, and then 1 to 2 inches of rain would cause widespread flooding again, because the threshold there is much, much lower. Hour-by-hour forecast through tonight into tomorrow. It's a mix of sun and some clouds that will show up. And then by later tomorrow night and into Sunday, we do see some of those scattered showers and some thunderstorms that'll be rolling across the region. And you notice the greatest concentration is across southern Kentucky. And then on Monday, that tries to focus just a little farther to the north. And then a weak front drops in Monday night, Tuesday to try and push that stuff onto the south and southeast. It gets really, really humid behind that middle and end of next week. Just so much water in the ground now. When we do get a sun-filled day like what we're going to see next week, we'll see those temperatures that will be up into the upper 80s, very normal for August, hard to believe. And then, but more importantly, after Tuesday, things start to dry out. I mean, we're going to go into a more typical pattern that just isn't just waterlogged every day.
Sure. Well, let's hope we're on the low end of the range.
No joke. And what we want is for that rain to target northern and western Kentucky. They actually need some rain in western Kentucky.
Like you said, get the lawns growing.
That's right.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Wolfe County is stepping up to provide shelter for folks who are evacuating out of Breathitt County. Campton Elementary in particular is functioning as a shelter. Kenny Bell, the superintendent, says they may be rivals with other counties in sports and other things, but natural disasters like this one unite everybody.
You know, the Breathitt County and other counties around us, they may be rivals in football and basketball and sports and all this, but when something like this happens, they're our neighbors, and we're going to help them.
The Wolfe County School District is accepting monetary donations through its main office. The Kentucky Educational Development Corporation has been in Wolfe County helping those families. If you're in or around Lexington and you want to drop off donations, there is a spot set up for that. The KEDC is needing bottled water, non-perishable food, and cleaning supplies. You can take those over the weekend to gather those items, and then KDC is going to be accepting those Monday through Wednesday. So again, gather up your items over the weekend, that is, and then Monday through Wednesday they'll be open from 8 to 4 at the former Harold Leader Building on Midland Avenue, collecting items. So that well-known location, easy to get to, Monday through Wednesday, 8 until 4. Sunday Best, a band from Floyd County, is using its concert to collect donations to help flood victims across Kentucky. The concert is being held tomorrow at 7 in the evening at the Mountain Arts Center. That's located in Prestonsburg. In a recent post by Sunday Best, they said that they are accepting cleaning and water supplies to show their support. Wkyt is partnering again with the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky for Appalachia Rises. Right now on WKYT.com, we have links to 2 relief funds. ARH is also collecting cleaning supplies, non-perishable food items or water. Those are being accepted at the Lexington office at 2260 Executive Drive. Again, all of this information is available for you on WKYT.com. Well, the U.S. House of Representatives has voted tonight to pass an assault weapons ban. We'll tell you how that measure is expected to fare in the Senate. That and more coming up.
So why do people keep coming to Burke Furniture right here in Lexington? Because Burke has everything you'll need for your home, with a huge selection of bedrooms, dining rooms, recliners, even mattresses. A beautiful home begins at Burke's.
Hi, it's me again. Listen to this. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check every month may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with the benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Check your zip code. It could be dynamite. Call now.
Call 1-800-404-5068. That's 1-800-404-5068 now.
When you or a loved one have been seriously injured in a wreck, it feels like you're losing control.
Don't leave your future in the hands of the insurance company. Call Hughes & Coleman today. Control starts with a call. Hughes & Coleman, 800-800-4600.
City leader.
Mayor. Your total winnings are now over $21,000.
With their stakes higher than ever.
I'm gonna need some sangria immediately.
Every word matters. And the beast.
If I had $1,000 for every time that happened, I wouldn't have to host the show anymore.
Like never before.
List.
25 words or less.
Weekdays at 12:30 on the CW Lexington. Start your mornings with WKYT Mornings.
We'll catch you up on local news as you wake up.
We were following 3 crashes, all that happened overnight. Know before you go with an accurate First Alert forecast. Those showers, those storms, this is an action-packed setup.
And beat the commute with First Alert traffic, making sure you're on time all the time. Even in the downtown area, traffic is starting to slow down.
So get ready for your day with us from 4:30 to 9.
Your mornings start on WKYT Mornings.
There's a new judge in town.
Real people.
What's in the box? The cremation of her husband. Why?
Real cases.
He's a slob.
Real families in crisis.
Your sister stepped in because she loved you. I'm Judge Rhonda Wills, and that's my ruling.
Relative justice.
A full hour starting at 9 on the CW Lexington.
So why do people keep coming to Burke Furniture right here in Lexington? Because Burke has everything you'll need for your home. With a huge selection of bedrooms, dining rooms, recliners, even mattresses. A beautiful home begins at Burke's.
Welcome back as the news continues on WKYT here on the CW Lexington during this 10 o'clock hour. New tonight, for the first time in nearly 3 decades, House lawmakers have passed a bill to ban assault weapons. That vote comes nearly 2 decades after the last assault weapons ban of 1994 expired. The bill was originally part of a proposal on gun control and policing, but was set apart due to ongoing negotiations. Many Democrats have cited a string of recent mass shootings involving such assault-style firearms as a reason to ban them. The man accused in a deadly wrong-way crash in Laurel County made his first appearance in court today. A not guilty plea was entered for 21-year-old Joshua Poore. A judge has set his bond at $1 million. Poore is charged with 3 counts of murder. Investigators in Laurel County say Poore was drunk when he drove the wrong way on I-75. They say he crashed head-on into another car, killing 3 Chicago area people. Poore is due back in court on August 9th for a preliminary hearing. A man has serious injuries from a shooting in Lexington. That was around 11:30 last night at Manowar Place. That's off Waller Avenue and near St. Joseph Hospital. Police say one man went to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Officers are still trying to figure out what led up to the shooting, and they're asking for tips in the case. We have more coverage from Breathitt County coming up tonight, how people there are coming together to rebuild. And we'll show you how a 17-year-old in Letcher County saved herself and her dog. Those stories and more straight ahead.
A short while ago, an injured worker left me a message that said, "You probably won't call me back. I'm just a nobody." Those words stunned me, and I called him right back. Nobody's a nobody, and no one deserves a better firm than you. After my brother Tim's accident, I set out to build an injury firm my own family would hire. And today, as America's largest injury firm, there is no other firm I would hire. All law firms are not the same. There's only one you, there's only one Morgan & Morgan.
First psoriasis, then psoriatic arthritis.
Even walking was tough.
I had to do something. I started Cosentix.
Cosentix can help you move, look, and feel better by treating the multiple symptoms of psoriatic arthritis. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections, some serious, and the lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to. Tell your doctor if your Crohn's disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic reactions may occur.
Watch me.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentix.
It's like I'm downloading in slow motion. Wish we had better internet.
Charlie! That's right, it's me, Charlie. Wish specialist for Spectrum. Let's get that wish granted.
How?
Spectrum Internet delivers fast speeds for a stronger connection on all your devices. Here. Yeah! And here. Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep your kids safe. online.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
Why do we need all these remotes? I wish our shows were in one place.
Spectrum TV makes it easy to find your favorites. Plus, you'll have access to over 85,000 titles on demand. And with the free Spectrum TV app, you can watch live sports, news, and more on any device, anywhere.
Get Spectrum TV for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
I wish we didn't have a contract. Granted.
Oh, he's good.
Switch to Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-768-4999.
They know all of your secrets.
I used to wet my bed.
Ross used to wear leg warmers.
Your middle name is Muriel.
Ross still sees his pediatrician.
Chandler entered a Vanilla Ice lookalike contest and won. Ross came in fourth and cried. Joey was in a porno movie.
Ross married Rachel in Vegas and got divorced. Again.
But they love you anyway. Friends.
Weeknights at 7 on the CW Lexington.
You don't know how much pressure you put on your septic system, but Rid-X does. In a 21-month study, scientists proved that Rid-X reduces up to 20% of waste buildup every month. Take the pressure off with Rid-X.
Saturday, watch a new episode of Masters of Illusion at 9/8 Central.
This is WKYT News on the CW Lexington.
10:30 now on your Friday night as the news continues. We're so glad to have you with us tonight, and we have a lot to get to you. We do want to check on weather right now. Unfortunately, there is more rain on the horizon for eastern Kentucky. That'll be late in the weekend. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking it for us. Our first alert weather day continues. That's to keep everybody on guard and prepared.
Yeah, for the next round of thunderstorms that will arrive in the region Sunday and into Monday. It does not look to pack anything like what we had over the past several days. I almost called it last week, but it is this week. But it doesn't take a whole lot now to cause some renewed issues across the southeast. Still some flood warnings that are out for a number of counties here. Weak cold front is dropping its way through the area. That little narrow band of some broken showers into far southeastern Kentucky continues to settle its way on through, and that's going to make its way into the southern Appalachian Mountains as we go through the next few hours. Behind it is a big area of high pressure. If you're noticing the air this evening into central northern Kentucky is much more comfortable. That's the cooler, drier air coming in with that high pressure that is off to the northwest of us. But that high is not the strongest in the world, but it's strong enough to at least push this boundary far enough to the south for the next 24 hours to keep us mainly dry. But look at this. Showers, thunderstorms already becoming a problem into northern Arkansas, southern parts of Missouri. That is along and just north of that stalled boundary. Whatever is down here is eventually going to wind up across the Commonwealth. That would be not until late tomorrow night and into Sunday for that first round. Bill will come back here in just a few minutes and fire up the future radar to walk you through the weekend.
All right, we'll see you shortly, Chris. We thank you. Back to coverage out of Breathitt County, where we've now learned that 3 people have been confirmed dead. Our Grayson Passmore is there live tonight with more details on how rescuers are still working to get people out tonight. Grayson?
Yeah, Bill, the coroner did confirm that 3 people have been found dead in the county, which is just heartbreaking news for the community out here. Like so many others, they've just been working so hard to rescue people who are stranded, trying to get people and their pets out of these homes, and people who are just now beginning the cleanup process. We've seen people from neighboring states, like this man from North Carolina, who took a boat out to try and rescue people. He says calls came in from 11 different addresses where people were most likely trapped in or on their flooded homes. When he couldn't figure out how to get to certain places, we witnessed several community members who quickly mapped out different possible routes the crews could take to continue that rescue mission. We saw people loading up their own small boats, canoes, kayaks with water and just supplies to take to people. We also met people here on Court Street who were returning to their homes for the first time since fleeing yesterday afternoon. We also saw them as they returned back down the street, many with nothing but pillows in their hands because everything else had just been ruined. One mother, Amy Hayes, says they're the lucky ones on the street because the water didn't get as high in their home.
And it's like last year's flood. We didn't get flooded. It didn't get up to us. And so, we were out helping, trying to do all the things. And then this time, there are people helping us. So I guess it just kind of circles around like that.
The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet will be closing Kentucky 15 at Pan Bull Dam to all traffic tonight. They say they'll reevaluate the situation in the morning. Live in Breathitt County, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Grayson, thank you. Another look at the damage in Knott County now. This is inside Knott County Central High School. Water is in the hallways, as you see, in the classrooms, in the gym. Here we are, weeks away from school starting. Mud left behind. Knott County Schools is working to collect donations at Carr Creek Elementary. That will be from 11 to 3 over the weekend. They need clothing, shoes, air mattresses, sleeping bags, towels, and they're asking for games and puzzles for kids. Several National Guard groups are now working to help with the rescue efforts in eastern Kentucky. The Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia National Guards are all at the London Corbin Airport today. They're providing disaster relief. You can see the fleets there, multiple aircraft staging there at the airport as soldiers are helping with rescues and other missions. We have seen so many heartbreaking images of homes that have been wiped away and lives uprooted by the flooding this week. This has gained a lot of attention on social media. And 17-year-old Chloe sat on her roof with her dog Sandy, waiting to be rescued in Whitesburg. The water there nearly submerged their home. As Chloe sat there on the roof waiting for help, her dog sat in a plastic container to help her float to a neighboring roof. After hours of waiting, both Chloe and Sandy were finally rescued and are safe now. Rescue teams are coming from out of state to help search for flood victims. Ohio's Task Force 1 is a team in the FEMA urban search and rescue efforts. The team includes 16 highly trained personnel and 5 rescue vehicles. The team will focus on using boats to go door to door in flooded areas, making sure everyone is out of their homes.
A lot of us come up as firefighters. That's what a lot of us, that's our day job. And this is an extension of that, being on this team. It's a very experienced group of individuals that are on this team.
2 Northern Kentucky rescue teams have also been deployed to help with rescue efforts. 32 members of Indiana's Task Force 1 were also sent to eastern Kentucky. And we're hearing more stories of people being rescued from flooded homes after waiting hours for help. Jody Frank's family lives in Hazard. She says her sister was trying to get home to check on their 87-year-old mother. It took 12 hours to reach their mom. Thankfully, she is safe tonight.
Everything on the main road is gone. I mean, there are buildings that have been there for, 50 plus years and they've just been, washed away.
Frank says all of the roads surrounding her family's home were flooded. For folks who are at home watching this tragedy and wanting to help in some way, here's one way you can. WKYT is partnering with the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky for Appalachia Rises. And right now on WKYT.com, we have links to 2 relief funds. Those are through the foundation and the Appalachian Regional Health Care. If you would like to donate cleaning supplies, non-perishable food items, or water, those will be accepted at their Lexington office, which is at 2260 Executive Drive. Again, all of this information for you is available on WKYT.com. A Kentucky school district is accusing Facebook of racism. We'll explain why ahead.
It's Sleep Outfitters Save-A-Thon. Save up to 30% on many Sealy mattresses starting at just $229. Plus, save an additional $200 on Sealy adjustable sets. With interest-free financing, Sealy mattresses start at just $20 a month. Now at Sleep Outfitters.
Murder, mayhem, and all that jazz abound in the thrilling musical theater classic Chicago, produced by the Lexington Theater Company. August 4th through 7th at the Lexington Opera House. For tickets, visit lexingtontheatercompany.org.
Manhood looks different from guy to guy, but when yours bends in a different direction, you might feel bothered by it. So talk to a urologist, because a bend in your erection might be Peyronie's disease, or PD. It's a condition that involves a buildup of scar tissue, but it's treatable. Xiaflex is the only FDA-approved non-surgical treatment for appropriate adult men with Peyronie's disease. Along with daily penile stretching and straightening exercises, XiaFlex has been proven to help gradually reduce the bend. Don't receive if the treatment area involves your urethra, or if you're allergic to any collagenase or any of the ingredients. It may cause serious side effects, including penile fracture or other serious injury during an erection, and severe allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Seek help if you have any of these symptoms. Do not have any sexual activity during and for at least 4 weeks after each treatment cycle. Sudden back pain reactions after treatment may occur. Tell your doctor if you have a bleeding condition or take blood thinners, as risk of bleeding or bruising at the treatment site is increased. Talk to a urologist about what your manhood could look like. Find a XiaFlex trained urologist at bentcarrot.com.
When you find your reason to go on, let it pull you past the doubt, past the pain, and past your limits. No matter what, we go on. BioFreeze.
The stage, the lights, the roar of the crowd. There's nothing quite like country music, and only we get you this close. We are Circle Network, and we are just getting started.
Welcome back to Wkyt News here on the CW Lexington on your Friday night. A Kentucky school district is calling out Facebook for racial bias. Leaders at the Jefferson County Public Schools say Facebook deleted 5 posts congratulating black principals. The posts for 6 white principals were left alone. They contacted Congressman John Yarmouth, who says the company has not given him an explanation yet either.
Nobody's yet figured out how to effectively or viably regulate these enormous worldwide platforms. And I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but they need to be held accountable.
The school system says the only explanation they got from Facebook was that the automated system somehow thought the posts might be spam.
We will return America to world leader status in semiconductor production and power American science and research for generations to come.
I support making chips in the United States, but we cannot lead a new era of innovation through massive government subsidies.
A discussion about microchips on the U.S. House floor. The Biden administration says the chips are critical to driving down prices. A Lexington teenager is accused of breaking into a Lexington bakery. Police arrested a 13-year-old who they say vandalized and burglarized Frank's Donut Shop early Monday morning. Surveillance video shows 2 people breaking through the door and ransacking the building. Police are still looking for a second suspect. 2 people were hurt in a Lexington crash after a car wreck on Manowar at Bellawood Drive. This is video from the Lexington-Fayette-Ermine County Government live drive cameras. Crews used special equipment to get one person out of a car. Both drivers are facing non-life-threatening injuries and no charges are expected in that. The 9th annual Crave Food and Music Festival is this weekend. The family-friendly event celebrates local and regional food and music. It features more than 40 food vendors, a classic car show, kids activities, and some cooking demonstrations with local and celebrity chefs. The 2-day event will kick off tomorrow at the Bluegrass Fairgrounds out at Masterson Station Park. For more details and ticketing information, you can head over to this story on WKYT.com. And don't forget, for folks who are at home watching the tragedy in eastern Kentucky and wanting to help in some way, here's how. WKYT is partnering again with Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky for Appalachia Rises. And on WKYT.com, we have links to 2 relief funds. Those are through the Foundation and Appalachian Regional Healthcare. If you would like to donate cleaning supplies or non-perishable food items or water, that's being accepted at their Lexington office at 2260 Executive Drive. And again, all of this information for you on WKYT.com. Tickets are now on sale for the Lexington St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway. WKYT, a proud partner in that as well. The 2,600 square foot 3-bedroom home is in the Hamburg area. And by the way, the earlier you buy a ticket, the more prizes you could win. If you buy now, you get a chance to win a $2,500 home decor package from Kentucky Branded. All of the proceeds go directly to St. Jude for the wonderful work they do. Scan the QR code on the screen to buy a ticket. More information on WKYT.com. Coming right up in sports, a pair of Kentucky football players on a preseason watch list for one of college football's top awards.
And for the first time pretty much all week, we no longer have a flood watch out for central and eastern Kentucky. That may last for all of one more day. Then we track the possibility of more high water in just a moment.
This is the 2022 Nissan Pathfinder and Rogue. With a range of drive modes, you can take a Sunday stroll in the least basic of places.
Get the 2022 Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy.
There's power in the simplest of actions. Like one neighbor helping another. Where everybody looks out for everybody else. Community is everything to your electric cooperative. And we're grateful for your trust to provide the energy you need. Giving you the power to power on.
The power of human connections with Kentucky's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Are you over 50? Would you like to get up to 33% more income in retirement? Then call now for this free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book reveals little-known secrets about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that will help you make the right choices before buying an annuity. And it's free. Call right now for your free book, and as a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report. We researched over 1,200 annuities and summarized the rates and benefits of annuities from financially strong insurers. Again, that's Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and a free annuity rate report, both absolutely free, for calling Annuity General today. Supplies are limited. Call now.
Call 800-681-1550. That's 800-681-1550.
Reserve your St. Jude Dream Home giveaway ticket by July 29th and be eligible to win the house and the tickets on sale prize. Go to dreamhome.org for more information. Tickets on sale prize is $2,500 worth of home decor from Kentucky Branded.
With RA, you are so fatigued and you have so much joint pain. The Arthritis Center of Lexington recommended an infusion with it being located in their office. This was just a very comforting environment. I'm looking forward to not being in pain all the time.
At Kroger, we believe local produce shouldn't be hard to find. That's why we work with local farms right in our own backyard to bring you fresher than fresh produce.
You got everything I need. You're like medicine to me. Oh, baby, you.
Because shopping for local produce should be as easy as shopping at your local Kroger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is the 2022 Nissan Pathfinder and Rogue. With a range of drive modes, you can take a Sunday stroll in the least basic of places.
Get the 2022 Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy.
Alerting you first. It's what we do. WKYT First Alert Weather.
Well, we continue with the WKYT First Alert Weather Day, but it is no longer for the flood potential for tonight or tomorrow. Yes, we still have high water in parts of southeastern Kentucky, but it's from the waters that are currently receding. So there is some good news. I know there's not a whole lot to be even remotely happy about in the world of weather right now. But the good news is we're getting the waters to start to come down a little bit, so we can start to get back into some of those areas that have been hard to reach. Take a look at the flood warnings that are out across southeastern Kentucky, still out there tonight along the Kentucky River into parts of Perry County, into Breathitt County, and then that flows downstream. So into the Kentucky River, the North Fork of the Kentucky River, which goes into Jackson, Breathitt County. It crested last night, early this morning, at 43.47 feet. So you're talking a little more than 43 feet, and that broke the all-time record high level we've ever had here along the North Fork of the Kentucky River at Jackson and Breathitt County. Previous record holder, got to go back a little while, 83 plus years, back on February 5th of 1939 at 43.1. So we were almost at 43 and a half feet this go around. And again, that water is making its way downstream. A little scattered shower across the mountains of southeastern Kentucky. You've got this stuff showing up into Letcher County, into Knott County, and across areas of Leslie County, Clay County, and back into Corbin. High pressure to the northwest of us is flexing a little muscle tonight. It's pushing that boundary farther to the south, giving us some pleasant air across most of the Bluegrass State. It carries us into tomorrow before this boundary starts to head back to the north. That's why it will be a first alert weather day for your Sunday through Monday for rounds of thunderstorms that will come back into the region. The setup does not look quite as amped up as what we just had. That's an understatement. We're likely to go through our lifetime and never have a setup to where it dumps 13 inches of rain on top of one location in Kentucky. That is a rare event, but it just happened. And we're going to watch the southern half of the state again for the potential for some more high water concerns Sunday into Monday, maybe early on Tuesday. What the ideal setup would be out of all this would be to put the heavy rains into western Kentucky and northern Kentucky, where they haven't had nearly as much rain as what we've had across the rest of the region. Southeastern Kentucky, we couldn't handle a half inch of rain right now, where northern Kentucky could handle 2 or 3 inches of rain without any flooding issues. Western Kentucky certainly could. So that's what we would like to see happen. We will see what Mother Nature has to say about that setup, but obviously we're going to be on guard for it, Bill, Sunday and into Monday and part of Tuesday as well.
All right, we'll keep watch. We thank you very much. And we will check in now with Lee Kay and sports, and the former UK quarterback Bo Allen could be transferring to another school in Kentucky, right?
Yeah, that's right, Bill. Earlier this week, Bo Allen announced his exit from the Wildcats program. He's now looking for a new landing spot. Could he stay in state? Well, Allen wants to play immediately, and he's been contacted by 6 or 7 schools. Today, Allen was in Bowling Green visiting WKU, the Lexington Catholic product, watch practice there. He played in just 3 games back in 2021 for the Wildcats, passing for only 92 yards. We'll keep up to date on that. Will Levis and Chris Rodriguez, meanwhile, are among the 52 players named to the watch list for the Walter Camp Award, given annually to the College Player of the Year. Kentucky is one of just 4 schools with 2 nominees. The others are USC, Texas, and Iowa State. Levis is considered one of the top returning quarterbacks in the nation, while Rodriguez is the SEC's leading returning rusher. Well, for many teams across the state, a 6-win season would be considered a success, but 6 wins are far below what Scott County is used to. But the Cardinals, they aren't discouraged. They are ready to get back to their winning ways. Scott County has traditionally been a powerhouse in central Kentucky, but last year's 6-6 record fell well below the Cardinals' expectations.
You just got to do better. Can't let it happen again. It's the first time in 20 years we ever went 500. Can't happen again.
We just don't want to have another season like that. This school is usually a great, positive school. That's what was the first time in 20 years we went 6-6, so we just got to look back on it and just reflect. We can't let it hang on us. Scott County relies heavily on the running game in its wing T offense and will need to replace its top 3 rushers from last season. But it takes more than a good running back to be successful.
You know, you got to have linemen, you got to have defense, you got to have a kicker. You know, you got to have all those things to have a good football team. You know, we do have our quarterback back, and, you know, it makes you kind of feel good. You know, we know Andrew's going to be our quarterback. He started every game as a freshman, so, you know, that puts us a little ahead, too.
Head coach Jim McKee had never started a freshman at quarterback, and despite the positives, there were still some growing pains for Andrew Hickey.
Last year, you could kind of get away with, well, he's a freshman. Well, he's not a freshman now, so he needs to play like a sophomore.
So how do the Cardinals put a 500 record behind them? They build on it.
The school's won 2 state championships in its history. Well, the other 52 seasons haven't all been disappointments. We did a lot of good things last year. You know, we set our own standard in that, you know, when this football team gets to November, we need to be hungry, as healthy as possible, and playing the best football that we can be. So oftentimes, you don't control the other team. We have to set the standard for ourselves. We have to meet our own standard.
And that's sports. We'll be right back.
Closed captioning on WKYT is brought to you by Cumberland Valley National Bank. Bank better.
Don't fall for clickbait, fall for Cluckbait with a doubly delicious chicken deal only at Hardee's.
Free is our favorite word, like free shipping.
At Morgan & Morgan, our fee is free. You don't pay anything unless we win your case.
Free shipping.
Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
It's Maria for Kentucky Branded, and we're so excited for all our new back-to-school styles. From Simply Southern favorites to UK, you'll save on everything this season. Behind the mall, in Hamburg, or online at KentuckyBranded.com.
At Long John Silver's, our new coconut popcorn shrimp brings you a taste of the islands. They're covered in crispy sweet coconut flakes and fried to golden perfection. Try our new coconut popcorn shrimp with our $10 C-shares. Order online at longjohnsilvers.com. This year.
An estimated 5 million elders are abused or injured in nursing homes each year.
If you suspect that your loved one has been abused in a nursing home, control starts with a call. Hughes and Coleman, 800-800-4600.
Pre-rinsing your dishes? You could be using the wrong detergent and wasting up to 20 gallons of water. Skip the rinse with Finish Quantum. Its active lift technology provides an unbeatable clean on 24-hour dried-on stains. Skip the rinse with Finish to save our water.
Welcome to the place where stories are told, yeah, man, legends are celebrated, and dreams are made. What's coming next will blow your mind. Yeah! Kick off your boots and stay a while, because that circle, life's an adventure, people matter most, and country music is king. And you don't want to miss out.
Country plays here. Watch Circle on 27.3. At WKYT, it's about weather. It's what we do. It's why we first alert. Stormy nights or sunny days, we're tracking it all and alerting you first because your safety is our priority. Bringing it all together with accurate forecasts and first alert weather days when Mother Nature's in a bad mood. Need to track weather on the go? Get the First Alert with the WKYT weather app, alerting you first. It's what we do. WKYT First Alert Weather.
Don't fall for clickbait. Fall for Cluckbait. Buy one, get one for $1 when you order in the app. Only at Hardee's.
We are about 4 minutes away from going over to WKYT for the news at 11. We're still covering the situation in Breathitt County, where we've learned tonight that 3 people have died there. We're following up in Clay County, which has seen deaths as well. And Chris, of course, is tracking your forecast coming up at 11. And as we're closing out here at 10 o'clock, we're keeping an eye on things. Thank goodness a break tonight, right?
Yeah, it's been a break for the better part of the afternoon into the evening. The rains that we had into southeastern Kentucky were kind of missing the hardest hit areas. That's good news. We continue with some flood warnings that are out down there, and you were commenting on this a little bit. It just follows the Kentucky River there, and water levels aren't going to be as high into Lee County or Estill County compared to what Breathitt County had.
Because they didn't get the flash flood.
Because they did not get the flash flood.
All right. We'll see you shortly on WKYT at 11.
With the cost of everything going up, the last thing we need are high repair bills and high utility bills. It is never too late to have your heating and air serviced, cleaned, and inspected. Call us at Comfort Master Heating and Air.